My name's Nick, I'm from Farmacist in Mackay, and we're here to speak with Heath Argent, a farmer from Kamala, with regards to his involvement in the Bluewater 1 and 2 pesticide projects. So Heath, would you like to give us a bit of a background with your involvement in the Sustainable Farming Group and the information that you've gathered from that group with regards to pesticide losses?
We did a couple of trials of in-field testing on our own property because we thought that's the best way we could identify the results. Yeah, we tried different chemicals. Basically our program, our brews, and then we tried different recommendations just to see while we're running it. 4 or 5 growers did it, and then we actually did stream runoff tests as well.
Okay.
And it was good to see the correlation, see if those rates actually went down to the stream. And then we used a lot of that to talk to Michael Warren, who was dealing with the government and trying to work out a program how to work with farmers.
So from that, the project Bluewater was born, and that looked at a diversity of factors. What sort of experiences have you had?
Well, that was probably the next step. We got the results in and see what we could change to improve them. Basically, I just had the pre-emergent running through Irving legs. I put a tank on the front and put another set of nozzles to spray vine over the top of the crop out of hand stage, which really helped because it bought me a lot of time. You inspect your nozzles, make sure they're going right. Boom upgrades, I basically had a 3-valve system for a 5-row. Put a 5-valve system on, you can individually turn them off on tapered rows, short rows, which reduces spray drift, and when you get closer to your buffer zones, it's a lot easier.
Okay.
That was probably one of the big benefits I noticed.
So basically less pesticide applied to the correct zones at the correct rate, and then you can actually dial it back when you're in the buffer zones or areas where you didn't wish to apply it.
Exactly. If you're coming up to a drain, you can turn it off rather than carry on. Chemical toxicity was very interesting. We went through a program which one is higher for runoff, higher potential of runoff, and using that in low risk times rather than high risk times.
Yes.
Just having a better understanding of how the chemicals work and how they affect the levels. We went through paddock to paddock, determined which weeds were our problems, what herbicides would best be applied, the risk of runoff, time of year, time of application, volume of application. And it gave you a different option of what the original plan was. My brew was stock standard, and being questioned, I probably did change it quite a bit. I was probably using stuff that wasn't required, and it's probably helped me financially and less impact on potential runoff.
So you said these pesticide plans developed under the projects have helped you financially with an environmental outcome, but are you seeing like a good weed control out of these different sorts of products?
Oh, absolutely. There's no questioning that I've done a bad spray job, basically.
So you're getting good kills.
The results were the same. Worked in my situation. I'm probably lucky because I don't have many water courses and quite flat country, so I don't have the slope runoff issue. So I do have more options than some, but going through that process, it probably confirmed the knowledge, where that information is coming from, that I'm making the right decision. I was holding the reins, and Bluewater was assisting me in decision making, and that's what I liked.
Within the projects, there was also a number of extension events, say workshops with Craig Day, Mark Congreve, obviously like you said before, working with Michael Warren. How did you find they sort of assisted with your decision making process?
They fitted in pretty well, pretty good actually. There's experience from other industries, the grain, and I think we can adapt them, learn off them, rather than reinventing the wheel all the time. And just a few different ideas. I've seen different equipment. We can implement them in our place, in our industry. Water quality, that was another big issue.
A question for you, because I know you're a bit of a soils, got a big interest in your soil types. Have you noticed a big difference in pesticide application or different types of pesticides due to the soil types on your farm?
It come into the whole plan, that was part of the strategy. It was something we identified.
Yep.
We identified the soil types, waterways, runoffs, age of crop, high problem areas, and we individually made a program for them. I think soil health is an interesting concept. Poor soil health, does that help some weeds grow? Can we control that through nutrition or reduce the impact of some weeds with nutrition? I think that would be a beneficial thing to look at.
Having the crop out-compete the weeds.
Exactly. Getting that good growth in the crop, better trash blanket, suppresses the weeds, buy you a bit more time. So that pre-emergent can last for longer.
I must admit, for myself personally, I've always, because we've got so many different varieties and there is a trash rating by variety, I've often wondered whether you select varieties by areas of heavy weed pressure.
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely something you're aware of. Now that was even talked to through the actual process. What varieties have we got that could suppress weeds, as in, 240, very heavy trash.
Yes.
The old 200 was a very good trash suppressant, and it worked quite well when we used that variety. Weeds are a problem in farming, no matter what type of farming. And we looked at the problem from all different angles. It wasn't just based on chemicals. Because everyone has their own problems in their own situation.
Do you think there would be more a benefit for the industry and for water quality improvements if more farmers could be contacted and given the opportunity to participate in these sorts of projects?
Oh, absolutely. It's the old saying, knowledge is power. If you don't have the knowledge, you can't make decisions. Runoff on the reef is a big issue. We have to deal with it if we want to have licence to keep farming. No matter which way you think of it, good or bad, that's what our governments are doing, that's what we have to do. And if we're involved, we get a bit of a say in it. We can show that we're doing it.